Hey everyone, welcome to ClubCal Online. My name is Grace and I'm here with Katie and we are going to take you through a full body workout on the stall bar. So all you need for today's workout is a stall bar. We have links to our affiliate Go Beyond Balance who makes our stall bars in the comments, and you'll also maybe need like a yoga mat or a towel. We're just going to be doing a little bit of floor work, so maybe something to pad your lower back. All right. So we're going to actually start on the floor with some bridge lifts. So you're going to lie on your back side, knees bent, feet on the floor, hands by your sides, and you're just going to lift up, squeeze the glutes, and back down. All right. So we're going to go for a full minute on this one. Katie's going to show us how it's done. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. So what we're aiming for here is to warm up the glutes and the hamstrings. So when you lift, what I want you to think about is using your booty, right? Try not to let it go into your low back. We really want the glutes fired up. Another little level of engagement that you can focus on here is actively like pulling your heels towards your shoulders. They're not going to actually move, but we want to start to feel the hamstrings. We're going to be doing a lot of compression work today. So we're going to warm up those hamstrings really, really well before we go into our pancake stretch. We're a little over halfway, guys. Let's keep it going. We want those legs super, super warm here. Squeeze the heels towards the shoulders on every lift. And we got 15 seconds. Katie, you feeling those legs? Glutes, hammies? All right, excellent. Doesn't have to be a huge lift. We don't want to arch the back. We're just trying to get those legs warmed up. Good, guys. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're going to flip it over into a plank and do some plank shoulder shrugs. You guys can also do this on hands and knees. All we're doing here is retracting the shoulders and then protracting the shoulders. We're going to go for just about 30 seconds here. Go ahead and begin. Katie's rocking this on her toes. As you can see, her elbows are straight. We're not making this into a push-up. It's all about the shoulders. The movement is happening right here. Shoulders are pulling together, shoulders are widening. If you're not getting any movement here in the plank, feel free to come on down to the knees. We've got 10 seconds left here. Yep, she's dropping to the knees. We're gonna feel a little core warm up here as well. Beautiful. Last 3, 2, and 1. The next one, we're gonna work our overhead shoulder position. We will be doing a little bit of handstand work today. So you're gonna face your stall bar or a wall. Either will work. You're gonna create your handstand position, so hand shoulder width apart, push the shoulders up to the ears, and then you're just gonna try to pull the hands off the wall. Okay, a little bit of core engagement here. Think straight line through the hips, and we're going for 30 seconds. All right, so all the way up against that wall and begin. Good, good, good. And we want to try to keep the chest and chin close to the wall. We're not arching back. We're just pulling the shoulders. So today's workout is a lot of conditioning for our handstand press. We're going to work a lot of compression. We're going to work a little bit of handstand work. We're not going to actually work the handstand press itself. So this is a good workout to either warm up for your handstand press if you have good endurance, or to use as conditioning after you work your handstand press. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to go through that warm-up circuit one more time, starting with those hip bridges. Let's lie on our backside here. 1 minute and begin. Targeting the glutes, targeting those hammies. Good, getting up nice and high with the hips, but without arching the lower back. See if you can pause at the top and give it a little bit of a squeeze, right? Squeeze the glutes, squeeze those hammies. Beautiful, guys. Stay with it. Nice steady burn through that lower body is what we're going for. Again, we're going to get deep into our hamstring stretches today, so we do want to make sure that those hamstrings and glutes are really warmed up before we go into some of those deeper stretches. We are over halfway. Keep going. Good. I like Katie's pace. She's going really slow. I can see she's pausing at the top, really getting that muscle engagement. 10 more seconds. There's no rush. There's no reason to go super quick through these. We want to go slow, feel that muscle engagement. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to flip it over into our plank or hands and knees. We got those scap shrugs. Only 30 seconds on this one, and begin. And now that we've done this once already, we're a little bit more warmed up. Let's see if we can get a little bit more range of motion out of those shoulders. As big of a retraction as you can get, as big of a protraction as you can get. Remember, those elbows are straight here. 10 more seconds. You can always start on your toes and drop to the knees if you need to. Awesome. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back to the wall. Shoulder flexion. Wall or stall bar. And begin. And remember, we want to get as close to the wall as possible. If your shoulders are really tight and they're not coming off the wall, that's okay. You can back up just a teeny tiny bit so you can get that movement. It's really normal if you've got really tight shoulders that those hands might not come off the wall. That's okay. Katie's got really good range through her shoulders, so she's being able to pull those biceps behind her ears, which is really nice. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna start to work into our pancake or our straddle. And we're gonna use the stall bars to do this. So we're gonna start off with kind of a narrow straddle. You'll use the width of your stall bar. If by chance you have 2 stall bars, you can straddle the 2, but most people are just working with 1. So we're gonna start off with a narrow straddle. The closer your hands are to your feet, the more of a stretch you'll get. So you can start off wide. You're gonna drop down, extend through the shoulders, try to pull the shoulders behind the ears like we did on that last exercise. Maybe arch your back, then you're gonna pull up. So again, if you didn't feel any stretch on that, you're gonna walk your hands down. Try it again. Get a little bit deeper, all right? So we're gonna go for time, probably aiming to get about 5 to 10 reps because we're gonna go slow. We're gonna pause at the bottom. Katie's grabbing some chalk. I'd recommend chalk if you have it. All right, 3, 2, and begin. Good, and so what we're aiming for here, yep, she's going a little bit lower, is a stretch on the hamstrings. And we're also gonna get a stretch in the shoulders as well. So getting us ready for that handstand. And just a reminder, guys, Katie's super mobile in both her shoulders and her hamstrings. She's got a great pancake. So if you're not where she's at today with any of these movements, that's okay. You work through your range and it'll get better with practice. All right, let's do 1 more rep, little pause at the bottom. And release, shake it out. All right, next we're gonna go into a 30-second dead hang. So you'll use one of your top stall bars. You can face away from the stall bar or you can face towards the stall bar, and we're just gonna hang. Everything is relaxed, shoulders relaxed, back is relaxed. Only thing that's working is those hands. 3, 2, and begin. She's just hanging. And we're using this as kind of a stretch for the shoulder. So using the body weight to pull the shoulders up to the ears. If this is too intense for you, putting your whole body weight on that grip, you can face the stall bar or even the facing away, bring your feet on the stall bar to kind of help take some of that pressure off. Katie looks so relaxed. This is nothing for her. She's so chill right now. 3, 2, and come on down. Feels good. I like a good dead hang. All right, now we're gonna stretch wrists. Come on down. Let's just start by bringing fingers forward. So a couple things here. You wanna make sure those fingers are spread really wide. Elbows are straight. Then from here, we're just gonna pulse in and out, or maybe you go side to side. Just find some movement that feels good here through those wrists. Again, most of our time here today is gonna be spent working compression, but we will get upside down. We will get on our hands a little bit to get the shoulder conditioning part of your handstand press as well. Very nice. And let's flip those hands back. Same idea, spread the fingers wide, lock out the elbows. Maybe pulse in and out of it, maybe go side to side, maybe just hold it. Feel free to do whatever feels good on your body, on your wrists and your forearms. All right, you guys, we're gonna do 1 more round of that, starting with our straddle pulls on the stall bar. So you've done it once, you kind of know what it feels like. Adjust that width as you need to, right? More space between your hands and feet is gonna be A lighter stretch. If you're feeling good, ready to take it a little deeper, maybe come one rung down with those feet. We got 30 seconds and begin. Good, and really get a pause at the bottom, right? Feel the shoulder flexion, right? Biceps coming behind the ears, and then also that hamstring stretch. Maybe even arch your lower back into it a little bit. That'll deepen that pancake stretch. Beautiful. 10 more seconds here. Again, find your range today. It does not have to look like Katie's. It might, but it might not. 3, 2, and rest. We're going back up for our dead hang, facing whichever way you like. 3, 2, and hang. And if you're able to, let's aim to get hands shoulder width apart, right? We are trying to mimic our handstand shape here, so we don't want to be super wide. We want to find that handstand line. Again, if you are someone who has really tight shoulders, these dead hangs are a great way to just get some weight on those shoulders and stretch them out. 10 more seconds. Beautiful. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's do those wrist stretches one more time, starting with fingers forward, spread them nice and wide. Lock out the elbows, try to turn the inside of the elbow forward, and then just lean into it. Good, and again, if it feels good here, guys, feel free to take some movement. Then let's turn those fingers backwards, back towards you. Aim to get the elbows straight first, and then lean back into it. You can take some side to side movements. Awesome. All right, guys, let's get into it. Again, we're doing mostly compression, but there is going to be some shoulder and handstand conditioning in there as well. With that being said, we're going to start with just a handstand hold. Preferably, if you're using a stall bar or wall, go belly to wall, walk as close to the wall as you're comfortable. If you're more advanced, maybe you hold the handstand in the center of the room. This is just going to be a 20-second hold, all right, to get our shoulders and our wrists feeling that handstand shape. Are you going belly to wall or center of the room? Okay, she's going belly to wall. We're going to use the stall bar, which is a bit of a challenge. If you guys have wall space, maybe go with that, but this is what we're working with. All right, we're going 3, 2, and holding. Okay, she's using the wall lightly for support. Notice the elevation of the shoulders. She's pushing those shoulders way up by her ears. That's what we're aiming for. Keep in mind, if you guys aren't all the way into the stall bar, maybe your hands are here. That's fine as well. Go to where you're comfortable. We got 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, we're going to go into some pancake waves. So you're going to start off in your seated pancake. I'm going to demo these ones. And we're actually, before we go into the waves, we're just going to hold a stretch here for about 30 seconds or so. So take some time in your straddle. You can either just fold right into the center. You can bring your chest from one leg to the other. You can take some bounces. Again, Katie's super mobile here. She's got chest to the floor. That's awesome. Not all of us are going to be there today, and that's okay. Work with whatever range of motion you have. Also, if you are really, really tight in this position and you're having a hard time getting your chest forward, maybe grab a pillow or a yoga block or something that you can sit on to elevate the hips a little bit. That will help you with our next exercise. All right, Katie, let's show this wave. So you guys are going to start off with arms above head, shoulders up by the ears. Yep, and then from here, the whole time, through this whole movement, you want to pull your biceps back by your ears. She's actually going to curve her spine down. So kind of reaching the hands towards the floor, she's curving. Once those hands get pretty close to the floor, she's going to extend out, flatten her back. Then keeping that back flat, she's going to come back up. Will you show a little less range of motion? So if you're not quite as mobile, yours might look like this, right? You're here, and then you're back up. It's a small movement. So we're curving, we're extending out, coming up with a flat back, okay? We're gonna do 5 reps, do the best you can. This is a tough exercise, it's tougher than it looks, so do the best you can. All right, here we go for 1. Curving down, she's reaching out, squeezing hip flexors and quads, flat back coming up. 2, if you're more advanced, maybe you Add a weight or a water bottle. Good. 3. Extend out, reach, 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 reach. Good. 4. Nice, just working that wave. Last one. 5. Let's reach the chest forward and out, big reach, and back up. Nice. Good stuff. Harder than it looks, right? Okay, even if you're flexible. Okay, now we're gonna do some waves, but on your back side. So we are gonna work the range of motion, the movement pattern, if you will. That's the word I was looking for. That you would do in your press, but we're gonna do it on our back. So ideally, arms above head. You can grab the bottom rung if you like that on the stall bar, but definitely not necessary. We're gonna create our handstand shape here. So lower back pushing into the floor. If you're mobile enough, maybe those hands are touching the floor. If not, maybe they're just floating. I better move out of Katie's way here. So from here, we're gonna start by lifting the legs up off the ground a little bit, straddling the legs. So we're gonna go into a straddle. Yep, she's gonna pull the thighs towards her face, and then the hips lift up. Yep, and then slowly back down. One vertebra at a time comes to the floor. She's compressing, pulling the thighs towards her face. When the lower back is down, she's bringing the legs back together at the bottom, okay? This one we're gonna go for time. So here's the main focus here is that compression, right? Pulling the thighs in towards your chest as much as you can. When you can't go any further, then the hips lift up off the ground, okay? 30 seconds and begin. So straddle, good, she's finding that compression and she's reaching back, good. She's going slow, working that compression, so good. Good, slow, 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 slow. Good, notice how she brings the legs as close to her body first before lifting the hips up. So nice, so nice. Do the best you can with this, guys. It's gonna be a lot of core work, a lot of hip flexor work. She's keeping her shoulders active. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that's your handstand press, but on your back. All right, we're going into round 2. Starting with that 20-second handstand hold, either on the wall, center of the room if you're ready for it. All right, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're doing it. So we're just working a little bit of endurance here with the shoulders. And again, we want to push the shoulders way up towards the ears, get really active in the hands. Aiming for hands shoulder width apart here if possible. 3, 2, and 1. Let's come on down. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna work our spinal waves again in our straddle waves. I don't know if these actually have another name, but we're calling them straddle waves. All right, so find your straddle, arms above head. Make sure they're shrugged, biceps pulled behind the ears. And 1, curl with the spine, then she reaches and comes back up. That's beautiful. 2, curl, 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 reach as far as you can, reach the chest. Nice. 3, harder than they look, yep. 4, use the hip flexors to pull you forward. Excellent, and we got 5, beautiful. Okay, now we're going on to our back side. Straddle waves on the back side. Get out of the way of her straddle here. We got 30 seconds and begin. And preferably, guys, we're going slow here, right? So that you really feel each part of the movement. Even if you only get 2 or 3 reps, that's okay. Go slow, really work that compression. Good, and then same movement with that spine, right? We're coming down 1 vertebra at a time, holding the compression through the movement. You guys are doing great. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna stop at 2 rounds, guys. Feel free to pause this video and go into a 3rd round if you'd like of the handstand hold and the straddle waves in both the seated straddle and inverted. We're gonna move on to some more compression work. And we're gonna do 3 rounds of this next one. So again, what we're working on is a lot of the compression and the shoulder movement that we need for our press. So the first one is going to be an inverted press. So the setup on this one is a little bit weird. So I'm going to have Katie show it. Yeah, you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it. Yeah, grab chalk if you need it. So to get into this one, you'll want to start facing the stall bar. Then you're just going to forward fold. You're going to reach your hands back for the stall bar. Now, if you have someone with you, they can check to make sure your hands are on the same one. If not, you'll just have to hope that you land in the right spot. So ideally, you can come out of it for a second. Because we're working our handstand press, one thing I like to do is to bring my hands to the ground, set up like I would be going into a press, and then try to find a bar that's at about that height. Okay? However, if you're not able to do this exercise at that height, the lower you go with your hands, the easier it's going to be. The higher you go, the more challenging it will be. Okay, let's go back into it. Let's show them what we're doing. The same thing that you just did on your backside, those straddle waves, you're going to do here, right? So she sets up. The first thing she's going to do is squeeze her thighs towards her chest, and then she's going to roll one vertebra at a time. Hips come to the stall bar, and she comes all the way up. Then she straddles the legs, finds the compression first, then rolls the hips off, okay? So we're creating the handstand press movement, but without the shoulders, okay? So guys, go ahead and do 5 reps on your own. Katie's got a couple reps already. We'll let her finish those out. I'll give you guys at home some time to work through these. And remember, if you're not getting any lift off at all, bring those hands down. Bring the hands down as far as you need to be able to get those feet to float. Nice. Roll one vertebra at a time. Good. Compress thighs to chest on the way down. Compress, compress, compress. Ooh, nice. Shake it out. Nice. We'll give you guys at home just a little bit more time to get them done because Katie got a head start here. And then we'll move on to the next one. How you feeling so far? Good. Good. Feel the hip flexors, quads? Yeah, yeah. It's we're working our legs in a different way today. Okay, so once you guys are done with those 5 reps, we're gonna come onto the floor and we're gonna work a kneeling to pike. So this is gonna work our compression as well, but we're also, again, continuing to work that press position in our shoulders. So you're gonna start in a kneeling position. Hands are gonna be about mid-thigh. Then from here, you're gonna push down into the hands, lift the hips, shrug the shoulders, come into a pike, okay? What we don't want is our weight back here. We want as much weight as possible in the hands and really light on the toes. And you're gonna go slow on the way back down and then back up, compress, okay? If you don't have the hamstring flexibility, you might be farther back here today, and that's okay. The goal eventually is to get those feet really close to the hands so we can put lots of weight in the hands, okay? We're gonna do 5 reps. All right, ready? Here we go. For 1, beautiful. Slow on the way down. 2, really work that negative. Yes, nice. 3, beautiful. 4, notice how Katie's keeping her weight in her hands the whole time. And 5. All right. Okay, the last one we've got is a straddle hanging leg raise. We're gonna do 5 of these. You wanna show that? Sure. Whenever you're ready. We're doing all the compression today, all the straddle compression. It's been a while. Oh, good. Good. We're doing 5 reps of these today. So you're going to start hanging. You're going to straddle the legs. Same movement pattern we've been working all day, right? A little bit of compression, a little bit of spinal curls. Guys, get 5 reps in. Katie's got a little bit of a head start. You guys at home, go ahead and jump in when you're ready. Get 5 reps as high as you can. And again, they might not look like Katie's today. You might be getting your feet this high, and that's okay. Find your range. Do what's challenging for you. All right, guys, finish out those 5 reps, and then we're gonna go into round 2. And again, we are doing 3 total rounds of these exercises before we slow it down. All right, round 2, we're starting with that inverted press. We've got 5 reps. Now, I'll show that entry again because this is one that gets confusing when people are like, wait, how do I start facing the stall bar? Fold forward, reach back, grab the stall bar, palms face down. Okay, the higher you go, the more challenging it is. The lower, it's easier. All right, 5 reps. Get them done. Good. If you guys are not getting any lift off, use a little jump, right? Use a little jump to get the feet up and then work that nice slow negative on the way down. Lovely. Good, good, good. Remember the compression. Try not to just go through the motions, but really try to find what we're getting out of this is that compression, right? Squeezing the thighs towards your chest. The more compression and active flexibility you have through your hamstrings, the easier that handstand press is. Okay, take a couple breaths, maybe shake out those wrists. We're going into our kneeling pikes next. We'll take a second here, take a little breather. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to go directly from being upside down, especially in that one. I always feel like all the blood is going right into my eyeballs. So that's a fun one. Okay, here we go. We got kneeling pikes and 1. Good. 2, keep the weight in the hands and the shoulders. 3, you can tuck the toes the other way if this doesn't feel good on your feet. 4. Nice. Last one, big push. We're gonna go really slow on the way down. Nice and slow. Yes, very nice. All right, when you guys are ready, we got straddle hanging leg raises for 5. Of course, you're always welcome to do more. If 5 reps feels too easy, you can take it to 8 or 10. We're working 5 today. These are challenging exercises, so we're keeping them at 5 so that we can keep the quality really good, okay? Yeah, whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and hit those straddle hanging leg raises. Really fight to keep the knees locked out. This is a really, really tough thing to do, but even if you have to not go as high, try to get those knees locked out. Yes. Okay, guys, we got one more round. Let's take a little breather before we go into our 3rd round. Let's take some wrist stretches here. Go ahead and bring the palms face up, and then just take some pulses in a circle, going all the way as far as you can in one direction, and then as far as you can into the other direction. Excellent. We'll just give those legs and shoulders a little bit of a break before we go into our 3rd round. This is our last round. Let's do everything with really, really good quality, okay? Starting with those inverted presses on the stall bars. Last round. If you're feeling strong, you're starting to get the hang of it, maybe try bringing your hands a little higher. If you're starting to fatigue and you can't lift at all, maybe those hands come down lower. All right. And when you set this up, guys, we want to make sure that we have palms face down on the stall bar. And let's get 5 reps. Good, compress, compress. Imagine that you have 2 tennis balls or maybe golf balls in your hip flexors and you're trying to squeeze them, right? You want to hold on to them until the very last second. So squeeze those golf balls. We don't actually have any, but you can imagine holding on right there. Yes, beautiful. All right, shake it out. The next one is our kneeling pike. Last opportunity to really get into those shoulders. And here we go for 1. Good, nice, negative. 2. Elevate the shoulders at the top, push them up to the ears. 3. So nice. 4. Yeah, she's working, she's breathing hard. 5, we're gonna go real slow on the way back down. Slow, 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 and well done. All right, we're almost there, guys. All we have left are those straddle hanging leg raises, and then we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna stretch it out. We're gonna give those hip flexors a lot of love to finish out today because they've been working really hard. All right, whenever you guys are ready, let's hit that last set of straddle hanging leg raises. Go for quality here. If you need to pause the video and take a second and rest longer, please do, right? so that you can get really quality reps. Locking out the knees, getting as high as you can. Quality is really important here. All right, so good, so good. Awesome, awesome job, you guys. All right, the hard stuff is done. We're gonna cool it down, give those hip flexors a little love. You're gonna come down to a lunge here, bring one leg forward, back knee on the ground, chest stays tall, and we're just gonna sink those hips down and forward. You should feel a really nice stretch right here, right? That hip flexor muscle that we've been working for the last 30 minutes or so. How's that feel? Yeah, good, good, good. Compression is hard stuff. Again, it always looks easier than it is, but it is challenging. But again, the more active flexibility you have in your hamstrings, the more easily a lot of these gymnastic skills will come to your calisthenics skills. Take another couple deep breaths here, just allowing those hips to sink down and forward. And then let's switch sides. Go ahead and bring that other leg forward. Same exact thing. Aim to keep the chest up as much as possible. If you have yoga blocks, you can hold on to those, or even sometimes I like to do this stretch next to the stall bar, and then I can kind of support myself with the stall bar is a great option as well. And again, guys, this is a lot of the conditioning necessary for a straddle press. So this is a great workout to do either after your straddle press training or maybe as a warm-up if you have really good endurance. And let's stretch those quads out a little bit. So 2 options for this next stretch. You can either stay seated and bring one leg out in front of you. The other leg is going to be bent so that your heel is right next to your hip. We're not on top of that heel. It's off to the side. Knees are about hip width apart. We don't want to be way out here. So this is option 1. What we're going for is a quad or knee stretch. If that doesn't feel good on your knee or your ankle, you can roll over onto one side and just grab that foot and pull your heel towards your glute. So either way, go ahead and find what position feels best, and we're just gonna hang here. Katie's taking the seated variation. Notice she's also starting to lean back a little bit, right, to make it a little bit more intense on that quad stretch. And if you are doing this variation, you might feel a stretch in your knee, you might also feel it in your ankle. All of those things are okay as long as it's not sharp and shooting pain. And let's take it over to the other side. Again, you choose either seated or you can roll over onto one hip and grab that foot or ankle. If you are doing this variation, again, try to keep the knees fairly close together. They don't have to be touching, but about hip width is a good distance. And go ahead and make your way out of it. Maybe shake out those legs or hips a little bit. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the stall bar workout, and we'll see you next time.